Hello, and welcome to today's edition of What to Read Today. I bring you a book that speaks more of loss, of love, on addiction, and what it means for a parent to embody that phrase. No matter what happens, no matter what you do, I will always keep loving you. The book we have today is For the Love of a Son, a memoir of addiction, loss, and hope. For the Love of a Son. It's written by Scott Oak, and this memoir chronicles the life of his son Bruce, growing up as a little boy in Canada, the family, the joy of having two little boys, and, just a normal household until drugs got the better of Bruce, who was the elder brother. And from there, their lives began to spiral out of control, from recovery to recovery centers to rehabilitation centers. Finally, Scott and his wife Anne, they lost Bruce, who overdosed. And rather than just mourn their loss, they decided to do something about it, and they set up a recovery center in his honor to help other young men who are looking for an avenue to recover, to get better. This book, I had started to read it last night and finished because I couldn't stop. I had to willingly push myself to go to sleep when it was almost 11 p.m. And then sometime this morning, I continued to read until I finished. It's beautifully written. The good thing about this book is not just that we get to meet Scott and his wife Anne and Bruce and Darcy. It's educational, at least for me. I began to look at addiction differently. It's not a situation of people not having the willpower or not wanting to stop using drugs. It's just because they can't. It's hard. If they knew better, they would do better. They want to. They want to get better. They want to stop using. But the influence of addiction constantly overpowers their willpower or their ability or capability to overcome the use of drugs. This was a very good read. We also get to meet Anne, their mother, his wife, who also died. That was devastating. How much loss can a father, a husband, a son, because the other son, Darcy, now has lost a brother and his mother. Scott himself has lost his son and his wife. What's the take home from this book, as I tend to say when I read the book? Is that phrase, it can happen to anyone. There's no discrimination. There isn't any because I'm rich or because I'm educated. Any of us, any of our siblings, our children, our friends can fall prey to drug abuse, to drug use. This is one story of a family's pain. Unfortunately, it did not end in Bruce getting any better. He died from his drug use. But thankfully, Scott and his family have been able to provide the much needed succor to other young men out there. This book is based in Canada. They live in Canada, who will require or who need somewhere, a center, a program that can help them get better. I totally recommend reading this book. I enjoyed every bit of it. It's sad that we lost Bruce, and as a community of people, we lost Anne as well. But I'm also glad they've been able to channel that pain and that loss into something positive, something useful for the rest of society. I will forever be grateful to Scott and this book for the love of his son, for the education they've given to me about addiction, how it manifests, and how none of us, none of us are beyond or above having to fall prey to this issue. Until next time on What to Read Today, keep well, keep reading.